Today we're talking about things that are cheaper here in Venezuela compared to most countries, to at least most major Western countries, and also big cities in Latin America like Mexico City or Cancun or Bogota sometimes, and even Buenos Aires. Is right now the on vogue destination for digital nomads. So let's start with the gas prices. In Venezuela, it was by far the cheapest gas that you can find around the world, just a few cents per liter, per gallon. Today, you have another thing coming. Actually, the price of the oil, the gasoline is at 50 cents per liter. So it's less than $2 per gallon. So the gasoline compared to the rest of the world is significantly cheaper. However, it's very expensive compared to just a few years ago, the experience that we had in Venezuela. The second thing that we have is electricity, the electricity bill. If you are in Europe right now and you come here to Venezuela, you have nothing to worry about. The electricity is, in most places, it's basically free. However, if you have a small business, you're gonna start paying your electricity bill. And if you have let's say a luxurious property or something, you have to pay just a few tens of dollars. I mean, like $20 or something like that. The electricity is pretty cheap here in Venezuela. The third thing is we have heating. And if you're coming from Europe, believe me, you will have nothing to be worried about. Venezuela, you don't pay heating by any stretch of the imagination. Actually, well, Venezuela, it's a tropical country, so you don't have the necessity to pay a heating bill, just to be warm. Quite the opposite is what happens. The AC, you have to have AC. That's a must here in Venezuela. However, it's pretty affordable. Most places, all the places that you're going to find, to stay, to rent, they're going to have their own AC unit working 24/7, and you're going to be just fine for that. And lastly, but not least, the housing. The housing here is pretty inexpensive for international standards. However, there's a caveat. If you don't know what you're doing, you might end up overpaying. Let's say $300, $400, $500 per month. That's what you might end up paying here in Venezuela for a nice property. Not a McMansion, not a luxurious property, but yeah, you can find a very nice property on that range. And also, if you want a luxurious property, that's a whole new ball game. However, housing is pretty much decent, reasonable prices for Western standards and for international standards. Of course, if you live on the Philippines or something like that, or Vietnam, however, you're going to find Venezuela expensive. However, if you are international and digital nomad, you're going to be pretty much just fine here in Venezuela.